The tip number 4 is that long-form content is king, but not for the reason that you might think. Let's watch the clip and then we'll break it down.
Our goal as creators is to gain actual influence so that we can influence the behavior of a large group of people. And the way to do that most powerfully is to give them something, some sort of directive that they follow and their life gets better. And then they're more likely to adhere to a follow-on request. That makes sense. So if that's the case, it's very difficult for you to do that well with very short content. And so to put this in context, let's say that somebody has consumed 20 YouTube videos of mine. And let's say that those videos on average were 30 minutes. All right, so that's 10 hours of content that they've consumed from me. Okay, right, let's do the math here. If the average short that I put out is, let's say, 20 seconds. So if we have 20 seconds for a short, that means it's 3 shorts per minute. So 10 hours times 60, we have 600 minutes is what my longs were, and we'd have to triple that. So they would have to consume 1,800 shorts of mine.
Okay, let's break down what Alex is saying here. The goal of your content and brand is to positively influence the behavior of your audience. Why? So they have a positive outcome and they associate this value with us. For example, one of the clients that we had, his name is Fabian, he watched a video from me where I broke down how you can make call to actions in your YouTube videos to get way more leads for your business. He implemented that change and he made more money in a day than he used to make in a month before. And then he associated this value, this positive change in his life, in this case in his business, with me. So he consumed content from me, he changed his behavior, and he had a positive outcome. So what does long-form content has to do anything with this? Well, it is very hard to influence someone's behavior with 10-second clips. And even if it's possible, it is going to take you tens or even hundreds of clips to give the person the whole picture of the thing that you're explaining for them to be able to actually, number one, understand it, and number two, implement it in a proper way so they can get results. And it's so much easier to do that with long-form content because you can explain the points way more detailed, therefore it is easier to follow the instructions, therefore it's easier to get results. So if you want to have an actual positive impact on your audience or on your clients and you want them to associate these positive outcomes with you so they can buy more things from you, they can tell their friends, and your content can become more shareable as well, then consider making long-form content because it will give you the opportunity to make content that will be able to influence your audience's behavior and therefore have a positive impact on their life. Number 5 is that the packaging of your videos can 10x your views. Let's watch the clip together.
And so I think that you could probably take the same content you're currently making and just simply structure it better, and you'd probably get 10 times the views.
Yes, the packaging of your content has an exponential effect, especially nowadays, where there are millions and millions of new pieces of content being uploaded on social media every single day. So how you present and package your ideas to the audience matters a lot. Let's have a look at these two different examples. The video on the left is the same video as the video on the right, but just because it's packaged differently, the two videos got drastically different results. One of them got only a few thousand views, when the second one, which is literally the same video, got tens of millions of views. So spending a little bit time and packaging your videos better is actually one of the highest leverage activities that you can do to grow your brand. Now, the tip number 6 is extremely important as well, because just packaging your video ideas better won't help you unless you do this thing. Let's watch this clip and then we will break it down.
The difference between these two thumbnails is going from vague to clear. If I said, what is the video on the left about? You'd probably be like, a rule of some sort that might have to do with money. Not sure. If I said, what's the video on the right, the yellow background video? If I were to describe it, I'd probably say a map or a blueprint or schematics of some sort that go from 0 to a million. Well, guess what? The one on the right, it's exactly that. The one on the left actually has nothing to do with what that thumbnail looks like. When people click on something that they don't know what it's about, they have a smaller percentage of getting something they actually want than if you say, this is what this is about, and then they get exactly what they think it's about. So we're going from vague to clear in both what it looks like, the thumbnails, and what we say about it, the headlines.
Yes, better packaging doesn't mean lying to your audience or being clickbaity. Because even if you make people click on your thumbnail or in the title because it's packaged well, but the video doesn't deliver exactly what expectation was set with the packaging, then your content won't do well on any social media platform. Because social media companies want to keep people on their platforms, on their apps, so they also care that the people that clicked also keep watching. And there's a story about this when Hormozi asked Mr. Beast, hey, you shouldn't clickbait in your videos, right? And what Mr. Beast says was actually surprising. He said, no, you should absolutely clickbait with your titles and thumbnails, but you must deliver with your video. So the lesson there is don't lie with your packaging, and even if you are making it very crazy or very valuable or very outgoing, then make sure that your video actually delivers and you keep your promises, and the thumbnail and the title are clearly articulating what you're gonna get from the video. And when people click, that's exactly what they get, because this way you maintain your reputation and you keep your promises, which is arguably one of the most important things when it comes to building your brand. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.